Well, good morning, guys. Today we have the most amazing topic for y'all, and I'm so excited to share it. You guys have been asking for this for a while and sending me lots of questions on YouTube and Instagram. So we're going to talk about the 5 ways you can make additional income in your travel business right now. So on today's show, we're going to cover 5 additional ways to make extra money, how to create redundancy in your cash flow, and what adjustments you need to make to course correct because of COVID-19. So without further ado, let's get started. By the way, if this is your first time tuning into the show, this is Bliss to Abundance. My name is Cyndi Williams, and there's just a few things you need to know about me. You probably already figured this out, but I am a huge traveler, lover of travel. I run a company called Cruise on Vacation, which helps people grow, scale, and build their amazing travel businesses. And I have been in the industry for over 25 years. So a minute, you guys can do the math on that. But I love sharing my love of travel and helping you guys grow your businesses. And I always share a fun coffee mug, and I love cute earrings. I pick up earrings everywhere I travel, and I pick up coffee mugs. So check this guy out. You know where that's from, right? We're celebrating Disney reopening this week. So super excited. That's our little Adventureland Jungle Cruise Tiki Aloha mug. So now we're fast friends if you're new to the show. So thank you for joining us. And we're going to dive right into this fun topic. And it is a good one, right? The 5 ways to make additional income right now in your travel business. And we're wrapping up, if you're watching this live stream later, when I'm filming this, we're wrapping up 4th of July weekend, and I just have to talk about, because this is so on point for what we're about to discuss. Did you guys watch Hamilton on Disney Plus this weekend to celebrate the 4th of July? Pop me a little comment if you did. And look, maybe I've been under a rock with following Lin-Manuel Miranda's career. I didn't know, like, he wrote my favorite songs out of Moana, and first of all, I was blown away with Hamilton. So this guy is like uber talented, right? And I just love, especially like I was a double major in college with business and theater, but when you have kids, you don't always make it out to the performances, right? But I never saw Hamilton before this weekend, and I was like, what am I watching? This is amazing. Like, this guy combined hip hop, the story of one of our more obscure founding fathers until this came out, and I don't feel like he's obscure anymore, and filled the show with diversity. How beautiful, amazing, crazy. Where did he dream this up, right? And I just had to think, like, there is someone who created a new lane. There is someone who didn't see a door, so he made one, right? So it's so amazing. I know I'm late to the game because people have been talking about Hamilton for years, but it was that good. If you guys haven't seen it, if you have Disney Plus, go check it out. I mean, obvious work of passion. And look, this guy created his own lane, took this idea, this completely something new, something unique, and it resonated so much with people. And Disney paid him $75 million for the rights to Hamilton. So good for him for having vision and belief in himself and moving forward and making that door where there wasn't one. So, and that just leads me to, like, so many of you guys have passion for travel, but because business has been so good for so long, a lot of you guys didn't diversify your revenue streams, and now it's causing stress and anxiety in your business. And that's a real thing a lot of you guys are feeling right now. I know because you've told me or you've sent me messages. And if your sole income has been from travel commissions, and we weren't traveling, a lot of people weren't traveling, obviously, like, places were shut down, they couldn't travel the last several months, your business likely took a large hit to that. Things are, of course, recouping now, and things are opening up, which is great, slowly but surely. But the point being is, income and cash flow is so important to manage in your business, and there's never been a bigger lesson, I think, to learn than out of this, which is why I wanted to put these things together for you. And look, talking about things like income and cash flow, it can be kind of taboo, but I just feel like it's really timely to discuss. And I've been hesitant to share because even though, yes, I own my own travel agency, I'm an owner operator of an award-winning, amazing travel agency. Of course, the travel agency has taken a little bit of a hit, but overall, my standing hasn't taken as huge of a hit because I have multiple revenue streams always running through my life as an entrepreneur, right? And so even though stuff has been shut down, it's almost been not a lot different for our company. So, and I've been hesitant to share it because I know a lot of you are not in that position, and that's why I created this live stream today, to help you think about where could you layer in some other revenue streams and how can you make some extra income right now, like today. So we're gonna share all of that with you. I hope it's a help for you. By the way, if you're following us over on YouTube, please give us a like and subscribe if you wanna follow this content. We put great stuff all the time. And if you're listening to us on our podcast, or I want to just remind you that if you want to see the cool coffee mug and the cool earrings and some of the things I'm going to be showing today, check us out over on Facebook, where we do our live streams, or of course over on YouTube. So let's talk about this list of ideas that you can implement in your business. And we're gonna go all 5, right? So the first one, and this is something I've been training like for years. I know everybody is jumping on this bandwagon now, but this is something that we've been sharing with our clients, like behind the scenes in our secret mastermind group for a long, long time. So luckily a lot of our grads are already in this boat and already have this redundancy in place, but it's vlogging or having a video strategy. So there's 2 ways you can really leverage vlogging. First of all, if you love travel, like it's kind of a no-brainer. Like if you love pictures and video, you're doing that stuff anyway to share with your clients or share on social media, but why aren't you turning it into some sort of a vlog? And there's 2 things where you can use vlogging to earn income. One is if you build up a community, you can actually earn ad money through YouTube's AdSense program, where you can actually earn views if you have commercials on your videos. And again, it's best if you have a following, but that's one way. Another way is you're directing people to your travel business, which is where you're making those commissionable sales, right? So you can use that 2 different ways to drive income. So that's number 1, but it's 2 different ways. And I want to encourage you guys, like so many people are stressed out with video or how to start or how to vlog. I really just want to encourage you to get started. I started with just like my phone and me. That's it, right? And my computer. I didn't know anything about editing, and I didn't know where to start in this whole world. And like, I'm not like a teeny bopper on Instagram, right? Like, I'm a mom with kids and with like huge businesses to run and busy, but I just loved travel so much that it was a natural outlet. And the more that I got started, the more that I learned over the years, it just, every video got better and better and better. And now we're in great standing, right? So if you just get started and share your passion, what are you passionate about when it's talking about travel? And you might be asking, well, Cyndi, I can't travel to the places I want to go right now. Like if you're an international agency, some of those places we can't get to yet. That's okay. I mean, I could sit here and tell you about my gondola ride in Venice and engage you in a conversation right here from my office in Austin, Texas, right? So don't let that hold you back. The other thing you can do is maybe go locally and check out some of your nicer hotels. A lot of them are reopening. I know here in Austin, Fairmont's opening next week, and some other of the major hotels. So there's cool places you can go just to engage and immerse yourself in travel. So start with what you have. You don't have to worry about fancy camera equipment. Like that can grow over time. Just start with your phone, guys, and get started. And remember, authenticity is key. These are some of the little tidbits. Of course, we train more deeper strategies in our mastermind, but at a minimum, you know, that is one way where you can start to add a revenue stream. All right, let's talk about number 2, freelance work. Maybe you guys have tried this, maybe you haven't, but we live in the coolest time today where you can source almost anything. And there's really cool sites like Upwork and Etsy and Fiverr, depending on what your skill set is and what you love to do. You can offer your services on those sites and people will pay you for them. So are you a good writer? Are you a good blogger? Are you crafty or good at digital design? There's some things that you can sell on Etsy just digitally, right? You don't have inventory, you don't have product, you don't have to go to Michael's and actually create crafts. I'm talking about like digital products you can sell on Etsy. So if you're good at digital design or writing, you could go somewhere like Fiverr, Upwork, and offer your services there. Are you great at editing? Maybe you're already an editor, but you're, you know, a lover of travel. Maybe you don't have a travel agency and you're still watching this video. Either way, if you're good at editing, you can offer to edit videos for people. Someone like me that's doing so much content, right? We have a person who actually edits videos for us because we have so much content coming out. That is something that's in demand right now. So if you're good at it, then that's a service that you could offer on one of these outsourcing sites. Photography is another one. Like, do you have great photography? Could you license some of your photos or sell packages of your photos or offer to do photography for people? Even presets in Lightroom, you can do now and sell those in different places. So guys, think about that freelance work that you could use. That's something you can do this week to get started on and bring extra income in. So that's a really good one. Just think about what your passions are and then figure out where you can source through those sites. Number 3, another great way to add some income is think about starting an Amazon store. So in full disclosure, like transparency, it's better if you have a following, right? If you have a community built. But if you have an Amazon store, you can get links basically where you're gonna share that out to people. And if they buy, they're gonna buy it anyway. If they buy it from your Amazon store, you get a small percentage as a commission. So it's kind of like if you're gonna, like I just shared the things that I love and I'm using anyway. And those are things that you can share out, like what equipment do you use, or what candles do you like, or what lighting setup do you have, or you know, all it could be anything. It could be a toaster, right? So anything that you love, you can kind of add in there, and that can be a monthly extra check for you. You can earn a small percentage of the sales if they're buying through your link. So I know people who just do Amazon, like in my world, and they have nothing to do with travel, and they make an entire career off of just selling Amazon products. So that's another one that is a potential fit, depending on if you know you have that core community built up. Another one is sponsorships or affiliate relationships. So, and I'm not talking about MLM stuff. You guys know how I feel about that. I got other videos, you can go check those out. I'm not talking about MLMs, but what I'm talking about is like major companies. If you have a following online and you have some influence, that can work really well with influencing with companies to say, hey, I use these candles, or I use this sports bra, or I use XYZ. If you have a following, companies will actually pay you. Some of them will put you on payroll to share their stuff online, or you can get free products, which is cool. If you're doing videos or you've built up your YouTube channel, they will pay you to share things. Like, full disclosure, like I never share anything unless I actually use it and actually love it. Otherwise, it's not a fit for me to talk about it. But there are different, you know, there's different ones out there in terms of how big your community is and the things that you can kind of negotiate. A good conference, by the way, to go to for that kind of stuff is VidCon, because you can actually list yourself in terms of what types of relationships you're looking to partner with. And VidCon got canceled for this year, but that's a good network to plug into if that's something you're interested in terms of trying to get on with some sponsorships. And basically the other format is they have tracked links, and every time someone buys something, then you get paid a percentage of the sales for that too. Kind of like Amazon, but it's like directly through their company. So that's another way that you can add some extra income as well. And number 5 is, this is probably a really important one to think about, especially right now for all of you travel businesses, right? Adjusting the mix of what you sell to even out your cash flow. This is another thing I've been training for years, that I tell people, they come to me brand new, I'm like, listen, think about this from the beginning. What's your redundancy gonna be? If you sell Alaskan cruises, like that market happens in the summer, how are you gonna bring in income for the rest of the year? So be diligent about what do you need to adjust right now to get your cash flow even all the way through the year, okay? So what are your seasonal sales? What complements your mix? Are you facing shutdowns for the segments of what you sell potentially? Do you have a lot of international travel? What could you maybe do domestically or closer to home in the short term to make sure you're evening out cash flow in the next 12 months? These are things you guys have to think about right now, because you have to make the decisions and then you have to market for it, right? So, and remember with anything, I mean, 9/11, COVID-19, whenever you go through like one of these weird things where there is a interruption in travel, right? Things are going to open domestically first, and then it's gonna grow from there. And then it's gonna be Mexico, Caribbean, and then it's gonna be international. So it's gonna go in that order. as these months unfold. We know Disney opened this week, so for all of our Disney agencies, we're excited, but we know we can't book for 2020 right now. So what are you gonna sell, right? So you have to be making these decisions now and adjusting your marketing plans to compensate. Oh, actually, apparently maybe I had 6 things. I'm reading my script here and I'm like, oh, I put a bonus one in here. And this is probably the most important, right? How do you up-level your marketing? If this is something you weren't doing pre-COVID, you really need to think about it right now, because the agencies that are winning, that are booking right now, that are having the most success, is because they never stopped marketing and they had a strong marketing in place, and they're making adjustments based on what's going on in the world, right? All the time I have people ask me like, Cyndi, how do I do what you do? We get questions on Instagram, on YouTube, like, oh my gosh, I just saw your new pool. Like, that's amazing. I see you guys following, because if you follow me on Instagram, I see the stats on that and I know you're loving the pool. And I haven't done the reveal. We're gonna do like a full walkthrough, so that's coming in a future video. But I'm glad that you guys like it. And yes, my travel business is paid for that pool, paid for my house, right? My husband and I both work from home full time and it's amazing. But the thing about it is people are like, how do you do that? How do I get more leads? How do I, get my marketing in a place where I can have, clients and redundancy? The fact of the matter is really simple. I treat my business like a business, like a real business. It's never been, it's never, for at least several years now, it has not been in a hobby state, right? When I first started, I was in hobby state and we had another great business we were running, and I kept it in hobby state for a while until I was like, why am I not treating my travel business with the same respect that it deserves that this other business does? And we ended up selling that other business because I just didn't have a passion for it anymore, and then blew up our travel businesses, right? So I have real marketing, I have real systems in place, I have real automation. So the real question becomes, are you willing to push yourself to get out of hobby mode? Are you ready to up-level your game in travel? Are you willing to put real marketing and systems in place? And I think most importantly, like, are you willing to take the time to learn new things to get what you want, right? I am always learning. Every year we're investing extra money, extra dollars, extra funds in learning, in testing, because that's the way that we know we can be the most successful. And a lot of the things I talked about today, not all of them, but the things like sponsorships and affiliate things, those only come after you do one major thing, which is build a community, right? So you have to know how to build a community, and then once you do, you can get more leads, and leads equal sales. That's what drives your cash flow in any business. It's really, that's the short of it. That's the shortest, math problem you can put on it. The shortest formula is, if you get more leads, you'll make more sales and you'll make more money. And people undervalue marketing, or they get frustrated with it, or they get stuck. I get that. It's complicated. I've been working at this for 25 years, right? So, and look, there's businesses that have amazing referral business and they've built it, but the thing is, it does take time. If you're not putting any real marketing behind your business and you're building it just off referral, that's why it takes so long. And I watch on the feeds and I see a lot of well-meaning people, and that is how they built their business, and they have a great, robust business today, which is amazing. I don't want to take away from that. But I'm super impatient. Like, if I don't want the lifestyle 10 years from now, I want the lifestyle next week if I can have it. The way that you connect those dots is you need to learn how to run an online business faster. And the biggest part of running an online business successfully is marketing. Any business, really. The travel, that's not unique to the travel industry, right? So everything on this list that we've talked about, guys, things like vlogging, adjusting your marketing mix, sponsorships, affiliate, everything except for the outsourcing of work, all of these things work 100 times better if you know how to do the next 2 things. One, how do you build a community, right? You build a community through marketing. Like, if you, to do it fast, right? If you do it organically, that's what can be the 5 to 10 years. So if you know how to build a community successfully, and number 2, if you know how to drive traffic to the things that you want them to take action on. So you want them to click a link, you want them to book an appointment, you want them to buy something, whatever the case is, how do you get to that community and drive that traffic to the right place? So all of those strategies work you know, exponentially better when you have that large community, right? So that's why it's so key, and that's why marketing is such an instrumental part as you're growing your business. So in my case, I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars of my own money towards marketing, testing to figure out what works for our industry. So we are continually testing in our own travel agency, and we work with, every year we put together a marketing budget, marketing plan, and we test all of these crazy things that are out there, all these crazy strategies to figure out what really works for our industry and what converts and gets you the fastest results. And I get it. It can be like going down a rabbit hole, super overwhelming. You have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, LinkedIn, TikTok, chat bots, Pinterest, email marketing, sales funnels. Like, where do you start? What works the best? Like, get me to the finish line faster. The thing about it is you never know what's going to be the next big one that's out there. So you do have to test this stuff. And when you use some of these techniques and they're engaged with specific strategies, they work amazing. Like, they're life changing. They can transform your business and your life. But the flip side of that is some of them are total duds. Like, I can tell you, because I've wasted a lot of my own money, so you didn't have to. Some of them are total duds. We know because we're testing them. We hire leading experts in all of these platforms, and we go through a calibration period to try to figure out what that formula is to making the most profits. Is it reliable? Is it consistent? Does it convert? So if it's a dud, we don't train it to our clients, right? But if there's one that does amazing and it's converting, then we put it in our mastermind, right? So because people ask me all the time, you know, how do you get all these raving reviews? Why can't I find anything bad on the internet about you or your company? And I'm gonna tell you why. It's really simple. We actually test the things that we train in a real travel agency before we train them to our clients. Oh my gosh, what a concept. We test it to make sure it works first, right? There are so many marketers out there, guys, that a million social media people that will take your money and say, look, we're gonna have to test, we're gonna have to calibrate, and that is the normal process, right? But they wanna use your marketing dollars to test Facebook, to test Instagram, to test whatever the thing is that you want to test out that you think is going to be the best for your business. They'll tell you, I have a monthly fee, plus the minimum ad budget is $1,000 or $2,000 that you need to test for the next 3 months while we calibrate to see what's working. So you have to easily throw 10 grand at testing any platform. I mean, that's just the reality. If you're working with a decent social media person or a decent person who really knows what's working and who's willing to learn your industry. And that's where, like, of course they want to spend your money, not theirs, to test. That's actually how the industry works. Even with our own experts, guys, that's what we sign up for. We find the best of the best and we say, look, we know it's going to be a testing period, and we throw money at it and we test it. I pulled up my P&L before this live stream, and when I edit this for YouTube later, I'm gonna put a snapshot in to see how much I spent on advertising last year. $67,000. $67,000 on just ads and testing. That does not include what I paid my experts. So you can pretty much double that figure in terms of what we are spending to figure out what works every year, and then we turn around and give it to our clients so they don't have to spend that kind of money. What average startup travel agency, or even if you've been in the business 10 years and you're looking to up level, most people can't pull $50,000 or $60,000 out of their pocket to test everything out there to see what's gonna work. No, like, get to the finish line faster, right? So this is why we're hearing things out of our program like, thank goodness I know these systems. I'm still booking. I booked $30,000 in cruises. I'm reading this off of some of our comments inside our client group, guys. I booked 2 huge groups last week, the largest groups our company has ever sold. We sold 5 vacations. I sold 5 vacations before graduating, have 3 more calls this week. I retooled my marketing and the offers are converting, adjusted my marketing, and things have bounced back. Guys, marketing is so key. Whether you take my program or, you know, sign up for Careers on Vacation or not, I want you to be successful. That's why I do these free live streams. So full transparency though, you have to lean in. If you want to uplevel your travel business, if you want to live the lifestyle, if you're committed to doing this full time, you have to approach it like a real business. So I have actually 2 free things that you can do today. One, I do want you to think about getting on the Careers on Vacation waitlist. If I resonate with you and you want to work with me and my amazing team so we can show you in the next 12 weeks how to implement all these systems and processes in your travel business, you can go to careersonvacation.com/ready now and meet with my team so we can learn about your goals and see if it's a match to work together. And if it is, we can talk about when we have availability, which is a little tight right now because everybody's home and training. But that's number 1, and that's free. Those discovery calls are free whether you work with us or not. And number 2, I just updated, I completely revamped our free masterclass. So go to careersonvacation.com/masterclass and you can get a free hour-long session where I talk about how to monetize your travel agency, how the adjustments through COVID are happening, how the world is responding and working with travel agents, and a bunch of new things that are in there. So even if you've taken the masterclass in the past, retake the new one. It's completely updated for this year. So definitely check that out. Whatever you do, if you take away one thing, I want you to remember that more leads equals more profit. So figure out how to get more leads in your business and use some of those other tips that we gave you to layer in redundancy for your travel business. That will help you not be in such a pinch if there's ever an interruption in travel or a delay. And it will take some of the anxiousness away, because none of us work at our best when we're feeling anxious or we're feeling out of sorts. And I know a lot of you are in that place now. So think about getting other revenue streams layered into your business, and that will really help protect you no matter what's going on in the world, so you can have that redundancy in your cash flow. So I love you guys so much. So guys, that's the live stream for today. I hope you found this content valuable, and I wish you so much love, so much abundance. I wish you the world. We will see you next week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Bye guys. Cyndi Williams here. If you like that last video, make sure you check out my other content to help you grow and scale your very own travel business. And also, I invite you to travel around the world with me and find out what I'm doing in my portable, profitable, award-winning travel business. Check out the videos.